Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make creative letterheads in Word using gradients and shapes. So let's open a new document, and firstly we're going to go to Insert, Shapes, click on the drop down, scroll all the way down and select this shape here, click and draw out the shape. Then we're going to rotate the shape around and just move it up to here for a minute while I just go through the colour options. So if I just quickly zoom in, you can see we've got this borderline around the outside and then we've got a fill colour. So if I select it, go to shape format and go over to format pane, go to the bucket icon, and here we've got line. Now you can keep the borderline in if you want to, but I'm going to select no line just to take that off. And go to fill, and we've got a number of different options here. We've got your solid fill. If you go to colour, you can select from a number of different colours. Sorry, you can't see them all. But if you want to select a different colour, go to more fill colours. Here you have your colour wheel. If you move this little circle around, you can select any colour from this colour wheel. And as you can see, as I move it, this colour in this square changes, which is your selected colour. And you can choose any colour you like. This slider will darken or brighten the colour. Or if you're fortunate enough to have this eyedropper tool, you can click on it. And as you move over your screen, you can move it so you can select from any colour. If you've got a photograph or you've got a logo and you want to match the colour, then you can use this little eyedropper, click on the colour, and you can see it's appeared in here, and then just click OK. Now gradients can add a whole other dimension to your shape. So this is at the moment the one I've been rehearsing, so you can see the colours here. Now in order to change all of this gradient, if you select on one of these little markers, go to colour, once again you can select from any colour you like, or the colour wheel. So let's just choose a bright red. You can see how that's changed to the bright red, and it's also changed in my diagram. Again, you can select this colour, do the same here. Let's just select a bright green, and you can see how that has changed as well. You can then move these sliders to change that gradient, and you can also change the direction. So at the moment we've got linear. You can select from any of these. The radial one works really well in circles, clearly, or as a background. So if I select the radial one, click on directions, select the center one, you can see how that radial gradient will work. And once again, you can move this slider to change that gradient. But I tend to use linear, and then again, you can change the direction, completely your choice. And then let's just take these colors back to the ones I wanted. Put this one to a dark red, and then I'm just going to move this one up. I'm actually going to change the direction again on this one. That's it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it around, move it to the top of my page. I'm just going to stretch it out so it will fit, just to make it suit the look you're going for. So now we don't have to necessarily repeat all of this. What we can do is copy and paste this shape. The easiest way to do that is to select it and hold down your Alt or Option key, click and drag, and it will paste another one of those shapes in. And then I can once again move this all the way around. It will click into place, and then I can move it down the bottom here. Then I can just change the direction again if I want to. And then I can move these little sliders, and you can see how that gradient will change at the bottom. Alternatively, I can completely swap those two colours around and change that, and again move this slider up to bring in as much of that colour as I want. So you've obviously got your own logo. You can match it to these colours. I'm just going to paste in my logo, and you can see I've matched the colours. I've used the eyedropper tool to do that. In this case, I haven't used the eyedropper tool because they are the default colours you get from this theme, and I've used this colour here and this colour here. So they've just matched with my gradient. And the same with the text here. When you will have your own company logo or company colours, and so you can match those with the eyedropper tool or the colour wheel. So we're going to insert some text at the bottom, which will be the text that you'll use for your contact information. So the way to do that is to go to Insert, Text Box, Draw Text Box, click and draw out a text box. Here you can see we've got our cursor and we just simply start typing. So all I've done here is just typed in my text, which is my address, this is all false, a telephone number, an email and a website. So all I've done between the email and the website is put a number of space bars like this. And then I'll show you how to insert the little graphic in a second. But if I deselect this box, you can see we've got this black border line around the outside, and we've also got a white background. So go to Shape Format, go to Outline, select No Outline, Shape Fill, select No Fill, and as you can see now it's completely transparent and there's no borderline. Now I want to change the colour of my text. So if your cursor's not inside this text box, then you can go up and make adjustments and it will do it automatically. I'm going to select the dark red. And then what I want to do is just put a small little graphic in between these two here. I'm just going to take out this full stop. There we go. If I go to Insert, Shapes, select the square, click and draw out a small rectangle. Go up to Shape Format, take the outline off, but we need to go back over to here to this bucket icon, go to Gradient Fill, and it will automatically infill that gradient that we used earlier. Then we can just place this graphic in between these two pieces of text. Now you don't have to do this, I'm just showing you an extra technique that you might want to use. You can add this anywhere, you can add this in circles, in triangles, stars. If you go to Insert and you go to Shapes, there are huge amounts of different options that you can use for those different shapes if you just want to add a bit of interest. Now importantly, once you've centered this, if you hold down your Command or Control key and click on the text, you can see that you've selected both this little graphic and you've selected the text itself. Then you can go to Layout, you can go to Group and select Group. And now this will all be one group, so you can move it round together and resize it together. So what I'm going to do is just move that down to the bottom and then go to Align to Center. Now you can do that in the Layout tab, or you can go to Shape Format and it has the same tools up here as well. Deselect, and then you can start to use your arrow keys to make some final adjustments if you want to. Now what I've done so far is I've put all this graphic in, but it will only apply to one page. If you want to apply this to several pages or multiple pages, then you're going to have to put them in the headers and the footers. Now the way to do that is to select everything using your Command or Control key. You can see I'm going through now. Go to Shape Format, Group and select Group. That's now all one group. Then copy it, Command or Control C, delete it, double click at the top of your page. You can now see we're in the headers and footers. Command or Control V, and then you just simply move it back into place. Double click in the center of your page. You're now in the main document. You can see my cursor at the top here, but everything else is slightly grayed out. That's because it's in the headers and footers. If I then go to Insert and then I click Page Break, you can see that it will now run on to my second page. Now you can see my cursor's at the top here. In order to pop the text in, you're going to have to push a few of the return keys and then start typing. However, this is not the technique that I generally use because I like to have a little bit more flexibility, and generally I only create a one-page letter. So what I will do is go to Insert, Text Box, Draw Text Box, click and draw out a text box. And here I will start typing the main body of my letter. So what I will do is I'm just going to paste mine in, simply because you don't want to see me typing. Yet again, if I deselect, we've got the same problem. We've got the outline. So we go to Shape Format and then take the outline and the shape fill off, no fill. And then what this does allow me to do is to move this anywhere I like in my document. I can make the margins bigger or smaller. And once I'm happy, I can then go to align to center, make sure it's perfectly centered. I can use the same technique for my address, insert the text box, and then pop this, usually try and line up the margins here. Again, total flexibility. I can put this wherever I want, pull it down. It's just easier than using all of the return keys and it nudging everything at once. It just gives you more customization. Now, once you save this as a PDF or you print it out, it will have all the colors as they originally were. This is only grayed out because it's to tell you it's in the headers and footers. Now, if you want to save this as a template so that you can use it over and over again, go to File, Save as Template, make sure you're in the Templates file, and then down here, make sure you're in Microsoft Word Templates. You can click on the drop down here to check. Again, here there's a drop down, make sure in Templates, rename it, and then just click Save. Then when you open up Word, go into your templates and it will be there ready for you. If you don't want to do all of this, but you want a copy of this, obviously you'll have this logo, but you can just delete it. There will be a link in the description below for where you can do so. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe and have a great day.